Good evening. I hope you've had a great week this week and happy Friday. We're looking forward to the weekend. I hope you are too. When I worked, I really looked forward to the weekend, but now that we're retired, it's kind of like it's almost just another day. We are supposed to get some really cold weather though, and I like cold weather. So that's what I'm looking forward to. We're in southeast Texas, and some of Texas it's predicting we'll get snow, but we're down along the coast, so that won't happen for us. But we'll give everybody a few minutes to jump on. When you hop on, let us know you're here. If you're new to my page.
Brenda Bracken says hi.
Hi Brenda, I'm glad you're here. I bet you have snow. If you're new to my page, be sure and tell me who you are and where you're from. And again, let me say welcome. I'm Julie with Creations by Julie.
Jeannie's watching.
Hi Jeannie, good to see you. I don't know if y'all want Ed to tell me every time somebody pops on or just if you comment. I get on a lot of lives and I just kind of stalk them. I don't say anything, I just watch. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine too.
Melanie Dow says hi.
Hey Melanie.
She's
I think
California.
Yeah, I bet you don't have snow either, huh? Okay, first thing we're going to do is pick a winner. I don't know if you saw my live.
Says hi.
Hey Paula, good to see ya. If you saw my live from last Tuesday, we're going to pick a winner every week or every live. I'm going to do 2 lives a week, Tuesday nights and Friday nights at 6:30. Facebook does not like us to use this word if we're giving away prizes. And since I'm going to give away something all through our wreath classes, I won't be saying this word. But in order to qualify for the freebie, this is what you need to do. You need to go down and hit that little button that says SHARE, tap it, put it on your page, come back to this page, and tonight, last Tuesday, I'm giving away, we're going to draw the name in a minute, it was glue sticks because we talked about different tools. Tonight we're talking about different wreath frames, so I'm actually going to be giving away a heart frame. And you have from now till Friday about 3 o'clock to do this. Spread the love is what I'm going to try to remember to call it and not say this word so I don't get put in Facebook jail. I thought maybe I'd already been put in Facebook jail for something because I don't know how many of you saw these little cuties. I tried 3 times to post a picture of them and say something, and Facebook wouldn't let me post on my business page. I went over to my regular page and it let me post, and I thought, well, maybe I'm in Facebook jail for some reason.
Melanie Dow said floated your boat.
Oh, that's good too. But be sure when you do, come back to this page and use the phrase heart frame. And that is what I'm going to go by when we get the, put the names in the pot. So we have the names in the pot from Tuesday. Ed's going to draw for me. And let's see who is going to get this pack of Gorilla glue sticks. This is a pack of 30, full size. Well, whoever it is, he just threw you on the floor. So, okay, so who's the winner from Tuesday?
Karen Boyle.
Karen Boyd Hunter. Okay, Karen, I don't think I've seen, Ed had mentioned you. So.
Yeah, she's there.
Oh, hey, Karen. If you would, private message me your address, and I'll get these out in the mail to you.
She heart framed, and so did Jeannie.
Ah, good. I'll get these out to you
Brenda Bracken.
Monday. Today's Friday. Yeah, so I'll probably get them out Monday. Okay, now before we get into talking about the frames, because this is our class 2, and we're just going to discuss the different frames that you can use. I wanted to show y'all these cute little, they're not gnomes. I'll tell you, I first saw them 2 weeks ago, I guess, and y'all may know, I had never heard of the marshmallow cups. They come, I looked them up on Amazon, and I saw a lady just put a hat. They already have the faces on them and everything, and she just put a little hat on them, and they're really cute, but they were ceramic. And when I looked them up, oh my gosh, I mean, it's a set of 4, and they run anywhere from $23 to $39. Last week, when all this other junk was going on and I didn't want to watch TV, I was searching and I came across the Turquoise Valentine. If you do not follow her page and you love crafts that are inexpensive,
Karen said ice cubes.
well, they do kind of look like ice cubes. They're supposed to be marshmallows, but I'm going to show you how I did it. Lee from the Turquoise Valentine did a video on them, and I thought, oh my gosh, those are so cute. Now, this was the first time I'd ever done faces, so I need to practice on my faces. But they're just going on my tier tray, so it's okay. But you probably don't have a clue what they're made out of unless you've seen Lee make them. These are dice from the Dollar Tree. Package of 2. You can see, I think they were both orange. And all you do, and when you go to the Dollar Tree, I almost overlooked them because I was looking for, big dice in the toy section. But there's 2 in a pack for $1. And they're only 2 by 2, so they're really small. But that works great on the tiered trays. And how cute would that be sitting on a teacher's desk? But they're lightweight. It's not like glass. I mean, it's foam dice. And I believe both of mine were orange. And to get this over it, all it is white balloons. I was shocked. And all you do to make them, my Dollar Tree only had 1 pack of these. If I go in a Dollar Tree that I find more, I'll buy some, and that may be a giveaway. But you take the balloons. I think these were $1.49 for 20 of them. Dollar Tree didn't have white balloons either. They had every other color. But I just got these at Hobby Lobby for like $1.50. But anyway, you take the balloon and you cut it right here where it starts getting wider. And then you just take it and put it, I don't want to mess up my face, but you just take it and slide it over the dice. And see, you just have a little bit there. Lee used 3 balloons because I think her dice were green and it took 3 of them to cover that color. I only used 2 on mine.
Jeannie says her Dollar Tree doesn't have any. She's been looking for them for a week.
Well, Jeannie, if I find them on Amazon or if I find any more Dollar Tree, I'll grab you some. But mine only have 2 balloons over the top of it. And they don't cover it totally, but you don't have to worry about that because that's just where you put your cute little hat. And I did not glue these hats because I want to be able to change. These are just for me. I'm not going to sell them. And I wanted to be able to change their hats out, for the holidays. Do an Easter, do what's the green? St. Patrick's Day. You could do Easter, and then you can do fall. Aren't those the cutest things? They were so much fun. But anyway, that's all you need is a pair of the dice if you want to do 2 of them, and white balloons, and then your kids could draw the faces. They could do as good as I did, for sure. But I tried to kind of put eyelashes on this one so I could have a girl and a boy. But I just thought they were darling, so I thought I'd tell you how to make them. And it's not glass. It go in kids' rooms on the shelves, but they're adorable. But that's all you need is some balloons.
Brenda Brecken on how you made the hat.
This is just sock. They're both just socks. This one I cut off the end, the toe of the sock, and this one I cut the front and then just, did that. I got the socks at the Dollar Tree. So that's all. You could make your own hats with felt or whatever you wanted to. But that was just the simplest way. And y'all, other than you have to really make sure you let the face dry. Go back to the Turquoise Valentine, follow her shop, and look down about 3 or 4. She gives you step by step. She even tells you what you need to make the eyes, the circles you need. I think I used a pouncer for the stenciling, but it needs to be a flat surface to get the circles. But she goes through all that. But kids could probably just sit down and, Hope could sit down and just draw a face on them, I'm sure. But anyway, that all aside, I just thought they were cute, so I thought I'd let you know how I did those. I just got them thinking, well, I'll just play. I was really nervous about the faces because I can't draw a straight line. So, okay, if you just hopped on, to be eligible for our drawing, you have until about 3 o'clock on Tuesday evenings. You can SHARE every single day. The more times you do it, the more times your name will go into the pot. But you have to come back to this video and put heart frame. That's the key phrase for tonight. Okay, let's talk about frames. There's as many frames options out there for wreaths probably as there is ribbon. I mean, there's a lot of them. I'm just going to show you a few and tell you which ones I use a lot and which ones I don't use. There again, it's personal preference depending on what you want. We'll do with the normal. This is what they call a pencil work form. If you order anything online, it's going to say work form. And these are the thinner, and they're called pencil. These are only about 10 inches. So it will make a small, probably 18-inch wreath. And so you don't have near as many things on it. But this is usually, I actually picked these up, I believe, when we were in Canton. I've used some of them. I'm not real crazy about them, but if you can tell, they're raised. You've got 3 rings, but this is called a pencil work form. A lot of people, this is all they use. You get them in any color. This is like the light brown, and I think they run. They can run anywhere from $4 to $6 maybe, but this is the small one. You also can get large ones like this. This has the exact same number of ties that I put on my wreaths, but there again, it's raised. And that was the one thing, when I first started making wreaths, I used these a good bit. As I got into the Etsy store, and especially after shipping went sky high, I don't ever use this one anymore. Not because I don't like what it does. If you want a huge wreath, this is about 15 inches. So it'd be about a 24, 26 inch wreath when you got through adding your mesh on it, depending on what method you used. But the main thing I quit using them for was because of the height. By the time you put everything on this, you would need to put it in probably a 6, maybe an 8-inch box, especially if you put bows on it. And shipping just got awful. The other thing that I don't like about these is if you feel, there are some really, this is wire, and like right there, that one is so sharp, I mean, it could bleed, make you bleed. And there's places on the back for these that are under here, like that one right there has got a thing sticking out that would scratch a door. But the main reason I don't use them is because I don't want my customers to pay $50 and $60 because I had to use a larger box. There again, that's just my preference, and it's because I sell my wreaths. I try to keep my wreaths.
Brenda says she don't like the raised ones either.
Yeah, I try to keep my wreaths at a price that is affordable, and they won't pay a fortune for shipping. That's my biggest thing with these that are raised. Now, if you're just going to make one for your front door, this would work fine. And I know all holidays, Hobby Lobby has them. Probably next week when we start talking about ribbon and mesh, I'll give you where I order my stuff. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with this if that's what you want. If you want a really tall, huge wreath for your front door, then by all means, try this. I don't use them for the simple fact it's too expensive to ship them. And you just kind of have to play with it. Like I said, I used them to start with. But I was just selling them locally. And once I started selling on Etsy. But the same thing, you have these.
Paula said, please explain again what's going to be in the drawer.
All right, let me find it. It's going to be, this will be the freebie, the heart frame. So that you can get ready. I'm going to show you 4 different wreaths by the end of this month. This frame will be used in 3 of them. They're from the Dollar Tree. Although I just went to the Dollar Tree and our Dollar Tree did not have any left. That's the thing. If you don't catch these things when they first put them out, all the different shapes, you know, they have witches' hats, they have candy canes, they have crosses, they have different things. But this is somebody's going to get this free. And that's what this week is. All you have to do is spread the love by hitting that SHARE button, putting it on your page so your followers see this video. And then when you do that, come back to this page and type in heart frame. That gets your name in the pot. And do it as many times as you want to. Do it every day from now till Tuesday. The drawing will be Tuesday for this. Okay, so this has 3 wires, loops, but it's not quite as raised and it's not big around. So I mean, I'm fine with the heart being raised, but just to tell you, I'm going to show you how to take this frame and wrap it with either ribbon or burlap. The pull-through method with the 6-inch burlap. We're going to do one with Valentine color, 4 different colors of material, and do a rag frame. So I'm going to show you all those. And those 3 will be with this one. Very easy, very simple. But this is just a wire frame, and you can... Somebody the other day said Dollar General has plastic hearts. And do you remember the witches' hats are plastic and they've got those nubs? Evidently this heart, and Dollar Tree may have some of those, I didn't look. But that could be used. You just undo all that cheap tinsel that they have around it and maybe cut off the nubs that go around, but you probably could use it. I know you could for the rag wreath. So just keep your eye out for some heart frames. Okay, these are still just different sizes. This is one, the Dollar Tree sells this. You get 2 of them for $1. Now, some people are using this to make little, I got it for centerpieces and candle rings. But some people are taking this one, and they might take this one too, and make the smaller frame wreaths for doors in assisted living or something like that. You could put something little bitty like a heart, and it's just going to make a smaller wreath. Your method would be the same once we get into talking about how we do the pipe cleaners and stuff around it. You just wouldn't have as many. It wouldn't take near as much mesh, but it would make a very small. But now it's kind of flat. So this is one. This one I started making my flowers on this frame with zip tie. Well, I think I first started with pipe cleaners. I watched, oh goodness, her first name is Julie. I can't think of her last name, but you have to pay for her videos. And so I paid for a video and did my first flowers on this. Make beautiful flowers. It's great, but it takes more material. It's more time consuming than what I have started doing in the last year. And you almost have to cover the back of it with something because it just looks awful because you have all that stuff in there. But there again, there's nothing wrong with it. Just play with them. Okay, and then this same thing, it's just a little bit bigger. It's raised again. Again, I don't particularly like the raised one. This one's not raised near as much as the other one. And you have 4 rings there. Okay, and I think this one is what they call the flat, maybe box frame is what they call this one. I've made wreaths with this one and it's fine, but I get it from Craft Outlet and it's like $2.30 and it's only 12 inches. Walmart sells 12 inches, Hobby Lobby sells 12 inches, but they're probably like $2.99 maybe or something like that. What I use 95% of the time is this 14-inch, and see it's raised a little. This is from the Dollar Tree for $1. And where you would pay maybe $6 for the ones with the ties already on it, I've chose to do the Dollar Tree when I always feel of them, to make sure they're not broken, because you don't want a broken wire ring. And they have a slight raise to them. But when we start making wreaths, more than likely, this is what I will show you. You can do any method on it.
Peggy Ford says Deco Exchange is selling the 12 each now.
12 or 14?
She said 12.
Okay, so that would be this one, 12 inch. Which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Deco Exchange is also a place that you could probably buy anything you needed from there. But I like the 14. I put my own pipe cleaners on it, and I'll show you that in another video. But you have the same number of pipe cleaners on this as you have on that huge one. And this will make about a 24 to 26 inch, depending on your method and how long your ribbon tails are. But you can get, a really nice size wreath out of this 14 inch. And you get them at the Dollar Tree for $1. So 98% of what I do is on that, unless it's a flower. Now, my flowers are different. If you're interested in plastic wreaths that I use for my flowers, they are from Unique in the Creek. It's a Canadian company. They do, they've got the Christmas tree. They've got one that people are using for the horse. And they're just coming out with more and more all the time. This is what 90% that I use for all my flowers. It's the small flower board. You'll find the link, when the video's over, you'll find the link for Unique in the Creek at the very top of my page. I usually get mine off of Amazon because I have Prime and I don't have to pay shipping. And they actually had these on sale. Now you're going to pay anywhere from, I think this one's about $6 for this, but it's so worth it because it takes less stuff, and it's just clean on the backside. You don't have anything to hide that you have to hide.
No scratching.
Yeah, no scratching of the door, and it's just super quick. And you can use pipe cleaners, but most of the time I use zip ties. But this is what I make all my flowers on, except for the tulip wreath. The tulip wreath is done on a frame like this. Now this is one, maybe I better talk about the character board first. This is what they call their character board, and it's because they have these vinyl inserts. They also have paper, digital inserts, and you just get them. Now the digital, you can print off as many as you want over and over and over. But I had a hard time making sure they stayed down with the decoupage. Sometimes decoupage and my inserts were not my friend. But they did come out with these vinyl that have already been treated. They're beautiful. And look at this Santa Claus face. It was one of my favorites this year.
Peggy Forbes said Unique in the Creek just lowered their prices.
Yeah, they did on all their frames. And actually this one, my husband took his saw and cut the middle out of this because this ring is what I use for all my tulip wreaths. It's not on their website yet, but Unique in the Creek has just done the patent.
Took
a router and cut it, which he says it was a lot of work, but that's how I did all my. And I think you had to add some holes, didn't you? Unique in the Creek is coming out with this probably within about a week. She got one of them, it's Lori, and she said it was just too flimsy. See, this is not flimsy. And she was not happy with the mold, so she made them redo it. But they are coming out with this one real soon. Now, when I look, Amazon has the character board on Amazon. I think they have the cross or the Christmas tree, which the Christmas tree, you can make an angel, you can make those country girls. They don't have this available right now, but they're usually stocked quick. Now, the only thing when you order on Amazon, you have to order a pack of 5. But these were on sale last week, and like I said, I think I got the pack of 5 for $28. So, I ordered some extra. That may be a giveaway one week too, who knows. But anyway, I love these boards, and it just made now I have never tried, I don't think, this is probably the size of the large flower board. I think, y'all correct me, Peggy, I think the character board and the large flower board are the same size. The large flower board would just have holes all the way through here because you would do it like you do this one, and this one has holes all the way. This is 12 inch. Makes about a 24 inch flower, which to me is plenty big enough. There again, I don't have to have a huge box. It will fit in a 22 inch box. and cheaper shipping for the customer. If you want to make for yourself and want a big, you can figure, about this much more. Get one of the large flower boards. But I'll tell you, if you order from uniqueinthecreek.com, they have really good prices. I don't know about the shipping. I think at one time they had shipping, but you had to order free shipping, but you had to order $120. But right now you cannot get the small ones. Some Michaels were carrying them. I don't know if they still are or not. I will tell you that some Dollar Trees have come out with a rip-off, the same look, but I have not seen one. I have heard they're nowhere near the quality of these, and I think they're actually in a lawsuit because Lori invented these, patented these.
Peggy Ford
These
wants
are
to
hers.
know if you've done a tulip reed on the crossboard yet.
I did. I did 2, I believe, and I've sold both of them. I'm really anxious. They got a brand new one that are angel wings, and I'm probably going to place an order next week because I just think those angel wings would be really pretty. It didn't seem real difficult. But anyway, these, go to uniqueinthecreek.com. There's a link at the top. Look at all the different boards that they have. But for me, this is the one I use. It's the small flower board. Okay, 2 wreaths frames that I don't have one to show you, but you're going to know what I'm talking about. One is a grapevine. I ordered 10 grapevines from Michael's last year, the year before, and I'm telling you, I'll never do that again. I think they took the worst grapevines they had and threw them in a box and mailed them to me. You ask Ed, when you get a grapevine, you try to make sure there's not a real sharp place, the wood and stuff on the back. These had huge, and I mean huge, this big around sharp things. We had to take all kinds of pliers and try to smooth that out. You either have to do that or you have to cover it with something, felt or leaves or something. And they were full of grass, and it took me forever to clean up those grapevines. I have one left out in my G shed, and I really and truly, I love making grapevines. And I do have a sign I just got from Personally Yours that has hydrangeas on it. And I'm going to use that last grapevine out there, unless I put one of my Amazing Grace signs on it. I may do that. But anyway, I kind of dread it because it takes so long to clean it up. You don't want your customer getting a box and pulling their wreath out and it be full of trash. So you have to clean them up. It's probably worth it just to go to Hobby Lobby if you want to do a grapevine, and we will cover that in probably sometime in February. That'll be a little harder for me to show you because this is not where I make my grapevines. I need my grapevines hanging up, and I do it in the utility room. But I can try and do one on the table. But I would go to Hobby Lobby and hand pick your grapevine. Pick one that's fairly smooth, sturdy, put together well, and it's not full of tons and tons of trash. The other one is an evergreen. Normally I only do the evergreens at Christmas, but you all know what the evergreen is. It's like your trees, but it's the wreath that everybody sells. I didn't have an extra one because I made a couple at Christmas and they all sold. They're gorgeous, especially the white flocked ones. And don't take a whole lot of mesh and ribbons to make it really pretty. You just get the right sign, and those are very simple. But we'll talk about those later in the year. Okay, do y'all have any questions about wreaths and which one you would use? And I would encourage you, if you like the tulip wreaths, try to get you some of these as soon as Unique in the Creek puts them on their website. I'll order a couple of extra just in case. And but this is just so simple to put the tulips around. And it doesn't have to be tulips. I mean, you can do other flowers. You can do all greenery. Lori on Unique in the Creek has a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of videos and tutorials that are free on her site. And pretty much all she uses are these boards. So she'll show you the different methods and stuff like that. But Don't forget, somebody's gonna win this Tuesday. We'll draw names at the first. If you're watching this on replay, you still have a chance. Just push that SHARE button, come back to this post and put heart frame. Those of you that spread the love tonight, you can go back and do it on your page once a day if you want to, from now till every time you do it, your name will be put in the cup again. We'll have to think of something, or maybe I'll have to get a bigger bucket and cup, who knows. But anyway, it helps me get my name out there, get my page out there, because Facebook does not show this video to everybody. I think I have like 6,200 followers, but I'll guarantee you maybe 100 people see this video, and that's all. And that's just a Facebook thing. But the more engagement, the more y'all comment on this post, send me hearts, all that's considered engagement from Facebook. And they take that and they'll increase who they'll show my videos to. I'm just glad I'm not in Facebook jail. I thought, it said, maybe you posted something political. And I'm like, no, I've had to zip my mouth on all that. I've tried really hard. Depressed, but it'll be fine. God's got this. We'll be good. So anyway, that's pretty much all tonight. Like I said, go to the Dollar Tree. Look and see if they have the heart frames. For sure, look and see if you can find the dice.
Karen says me and a couple of friends are watching and then going to have a girls' night out and make wreaths.
Yeah, that would be awesome. But I'll show you how I just use my own. You've got $1 in this, and by the time you put your own twist ties on here, you've got maybe $1.20, opposed to $6 or $7 for a form. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way. It's just what you enjoy. I tried them all before I decided, for me, this was best, you know. And once we get into the methods, there's a dozen different methods, just like there are petals for these flowers. You just need to play with it and do them all. I would encourage you to try all of it a little bit and just see what you like. Because, I mean, everybody differs from the length they cut their mesh, to the type of mesh they use, to how long they cut their ribbons. You know, we'll talk about the ribbon tails, which are those things that go out the side. Now, some people cut them at 10 inches. I watched a guy last night, what was the name of their? It's something about joy. I don't know if it was Choose Joy. Anyway, it was her son making a wreath. And he used one of these forms. I don't know what size. He was already started it when I got onto the video. But he only cut his ribbon tails 10 inches. And it was a Valentine wreath. And it looked really, really good when he got through. I normally cut mine about 12. So I may play around with 10. Who knows? But anyway, there's no right and wrong way. I'm going to show you the way I enjoy doing it and what I like. And then you just play with it. But next week, what did we say? I didn't write it down, but I believe I'm going to cover mesh next week. We've done the tools you need. We've talked about the frames. Next week, I think I'm going to talk about the different types of mesh, the types that I like, certain mesh. I don't use anything on, 99% of the time. I probably have done a couple. I think I did a couple of mums or chrysanthemums with regular mesh. But all my flowers are poly burlap because that's just what I like. It's more expensive. You have to use the heat tool pretty much to keep it from fraying, but I just like the way it looks and the way it feels. But, you know, people use regular deco mesh on it. But we'll talk about the different types of mesh, and I will tell you the places I like to purchase my mesh. So that's pretty much it for tonight. We're just barely over 30 minutes. That's great. I really want to keep these short and sweet because when we get into the actual wreath making, it's going to take a little bit longer. You know, I will tell you how I got started I'll show you how to get started, and then my plan is to have one already pretty much made, so you don't sit here. I mean, you've got 18 things of mesh, so that you don't sit here and watch me do the same method over and over and over. So we'll work on that, but my goal for sure is not to go over an hour. But as long as Ed's going to be my cameraman and kind of keep up with things, I'll be able to do that. And I will go back after the video and answer any questions you have. So if you have any questions, just put them here in the comments. And Karen, be sure to send me your address so I can get these glue sticks off to you Monday morning, first thing. So y'all have a great weekend. Stay warm and stay safe. And I'll see you Tuesday night at 6:30. Bye.